Welcome everyone to our Sunday Sangha gathering, to new and old Sangha members participating over Zoom, and those of you live stream on YouTube. We've been looking at the 6-line instruction of Tilopa, which is generally seen as being these instructions for the practice of the Mahamudra. Really, in general, these are instructions for developing insight, because the actual direct practice of Mahamudra can't be said to be any particular technique. And these instructions include: don't recall the past, don't imagine the future, don't conceptualize or think about the present moment, don't examine, don't control, just rest in the natural state. And so we've come to this instruction on not examining. And really what we're doing is we're building upon the strength of your previous practice. So you develop some kind of sensitivity to this tendency for the mind to consider or ponder what happened in the past, or to make plans and imagine the future, and also to conceptualize. So we have this fourth one, which is don't examine or don't investigate. Sometimes we wonder about this because we're often told that we need to investigate experience in order to come to understand the true nature. And that is part of the process of the progressive path of meditation. So we look at phenomena, for example, things that we have basic assumptions about, like thinking, mental imagery, etc. And we look at these things in order to develop some kind of profound insight about them, some direct perception about them. But this instructions given by Tilopa here are about the direct path, actual engaging with reality and not interfering with that. So what's taught to be the realization of a Buddha, it's a bit complicated, but we have these two things that need to be eliminated. That's tok jo ni. So tok is the kind of like cognitive activity or conceptualizing, right? Conceptualizing about things. This is good, this is bad, my mind is resting, etc. Where we create ideas about our experience. That was more what we meditated on last week. The second one, so tok jo, is to examine. And it's not necessarily just to think, for example, where is mind, this kind of investigation. When you're resting in your meditation, then we have this tendency to observe phenomena. So we might have this feeling that a thought is arising, and then we'll direct our mind towards that and try to see what it is, for example. Right? So it's not just asking questions, which is really part of conceptualization, but it's our tendency to have this interest in mind and then try to perceive things. And it's a subtle tendency towards discrimination, separating things from experience. So we're resting in the present moment, we have feelings, sensations, and we have this tendency to have a look at them, right? And in that, then there's this subtle identification with the percept and perceiver, subject and object. Now, as I said before, then this is something we build on our previous practice. So along with this, as we meditate today, then you will notice this tendency to remember the past or think about the future. You will also notice this tendency to conceptualize, like, oh, my mind is resting now. Now also look for this tendency for the mind to investigate, to develop interesting things, for example. Like we think like a thought is starting to rise in our mind, and we turn our attention to that and think, oh, what is that? Right? It doesn't have to be focalized in the mind. So it's a more subtle level of practice. So as usual, we'll start off by making aspiration prayers. I'll ring the gong, and then we'll do 3 sections of meditation that will be broken up with the chanting of the Om Mani Padme Hum mantra. And this is primarily to establish our motivation for practice, that is done for the benefit of all sentient beings, but also to break up the staleness of our meditation. Because what happens if we meditate for a long time, we tend to just fall into drowsiness or distraction, and so we want to refresh ourselves and start again. As it says all the time, it says, meditate often and for a short period. So, oh glorious precious root Lama, above my head on a lotus moon seat, you care for me with great kindness. Please bestow the cities of body, speech, and mind to the Buddha, Dharma, Supreme Sangha, until enlightened I go for refuge. May I, by the virtue of meditation, become awakened to benefit beings, to the Buddha, Dharma, Supreme Sangha, until enlightened I go for refuge. May I, by the practice of meditation, become awakened to benefit beings, to the Buddha, Dharma, Supreme Sangha, until enlightened I go for refuge. May I, by the virtue of meditation, become awakened to benefit beings. May the supreme and precious awakening mind, where has not risen, may it arise, and once it has risen, may it not diminish, forever continue to flourish and thrive. I prostrate, make offerings and confess, rejoice, request, and supplicate, whatever slight merit I gather here, to Buddhahood I dedicate. mani padme hum, om mani padme hum, om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, 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 om mani padme hum. Mani Padme Hum, 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 Mani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum, 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 Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. By this merit may I obtain omniscience, defeat the enemy wrongdoing, and so free all beings from the ocean of existence, with its stormy waves of birth, aging, sickness, and death. Precious mind of awakening, may it arise in those who are without it, and never fade from those who hold it, but continually grow from strength to strength. May the glorious Lama's lotus feet be firm. May bliss and joy fill the reaches of space, as we gather the accumulations and purify obscurations. May I and all without exception be swiftly brought to Buddhahood. Excuse me, but the slideshow seems to be freezing up today. I couldn't use it. The prayers themselves are available on the website, the page that has the online meditation, etc. on it. And there's a link to a PDF for the prayers. Just a general comment for people on Zoom, participating on Zoom. If you join on Zoom, then I need to be able to see you. That's kind of the point, so I can give you kind of additional instructions. So make sure you're not backlit or silhouetted in the dark. I've said this before about the hand position. Be careful that the thumbs aren't like this, that they aren't pressing on each other. They should be relaxed. So the thumb should be very lightly pressing and the hands one cupped in the other. So we have a tendency we do this and that there's a tension in the thumb. Also, for John, you're one of the new ones. You may have scoliosis, I don't know, but there's a slight, you're curving your spine like this. Oh, you do, okay, yeah. And then also the lower back shouldn't be arched too much. Should generally, if you can, you should rest back a little bit. My teacher always says it should be slightly curved like that. But yeah, if you've got scoliosis, there's nothing you can do about that, right? So again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.